Now, getting yourself financially educated is one of the most important things you can be doing right now. However, for many people, this process is often very confusing, very intimidating. They're not sure where to start. So I'm going to be trying something new where I actually use a video game to add my own unique twist to financial education, and I hope this helps make things a little more interesting, as well as help getting my point across to you. Hey, what's up you guys? I'm the Nerdy One, and this is the channel where I use video games to explain everything. Now in today's video, I'm going to be sharing 3 huge life lessons that I've learned from playing one of my favorite indie video games called Stardew Valley. Now this is a video game that I've really enjoyed playing, and it was actually the video game that got my wife interested in video games as well. So I'm really excited to introduce this video game to you guys, and at the same time we can get a little more financially educated as well. So if you're excited to get started, don't forget to smash that like button and let's dive into the video. The plot of Stardew Valley is that you inherited your grandpa's old farm, and throughout the game your goal is to grow out this farm to be a booming business. So you had to manage your resources efficiently, grow your skills, get the right equipment, and slowly grow out your farm. And through that process you had to fight monsters, you had to mine, you had to create great relationships with villagers. It was just something really addictive with this whole process, and the whole pixelated style of the video game, oh my goodness, it's so charming. It got me so hooked, and in fact the best part is you can even play with up to 3 other players. I played this video game plenty with my wife, and it was just so much fun to do all the daily tasks. I know it can sound kind of silly, you know, playing a farming simulator when there's all these giant role-playing video games, you know, shooter video games, but let me tell you that, you know, these kind of video games can be very calming, very addicting to actually try out. So don't hate on it until you do try it out. And the cool part is, throughout this whole process, most of the video game you're actually growing out a business, so you can kind of see the connection with real life here. If you're actually able to practice the things you do in the game in real life, those are actually real life skills that you can be applying to grow your own business, create financial success. So I'll be sharing the 3 things that I've learned that I think can be very valuable for someone who's pursuing financial freedom, pursuing more success in their life. So check it out. So here's lesson number 1. Understand the power of being patient and thinking long term. You see, in the game at the start of every season, spring, summer, fall, you essentially have a bunch of different plants, different seeds to choose from. Now the difference between all these plants is how long it takes for that plant to actually bloom and hence harvest. Now some of these plants are going to grow extremely quickly. You can harvest it and sell it for an immediate profit, whereas others are going to be a lot more expensive to get, and after that it takes a little longer for them to actually start blooming. However, once they do eventually bloom, they continue to produce harvest throughout the whole season. So to give you guys an example, let's take 2 different plants, one of them being yams. Now yams grow extremely quickly, I think in like 5 days or so. You could plant hundreds of these yams, you know, take care of them, and within 5 days they'll all be ready to harvest and sell for a profit. However, the problem here is that once you do that, you're gonna have to do the whole process all over again. It's gonna take you so much time. However, on the other end, you could invest in something like the blueberry seeds, where you actually planted them, and once these blueberry plants actually grew, it probably took like twice or maybe 3 times as long as the yams to bloom. But once they're actually ready, well, they continue to produce you fruit throughout the whole season, so you didn't have to go through the work again. But you could only do this if you're willing to actually think long term, willing to actually wait, you know, delay that gratification of getting the profits. And honestly, that's what Stardew Valley taught me, that being patient, actually thinking of how to spend your money wisely is a very smart thing to do. And that goes the same to your life, your investments, because I know that you're probably working really hard to bring in all this hard money, but how are you investing it? Are you using it to actually, you know, get a small dopamine rush, such as spending it on drinks, you know, on fancy clothes, fancy watches, or are you thinking long term, a few years ahead, putting it into investments, trying to actually start your own business? That is how I want you to think. Use the hard-earned money that you're getting to actually grow out your business, grow out your finances, instead of waiting for that instant gratification. So that there is lesson number 1. Now for lesson number 2 is understanding the relationship between time and money. Now many people are trading their time for money. I mean, your full-time job, going to work, you know, coming back and getting paid, that is essentially you trading your time to get more money. And the same thing here in Stardew Valley in the game as well. You're essentially going to spend all this time to, you know, plant the seeds, grow out the plants, and actually sell it for a profit. So you're trading your time for money. However, here's the thing you have to understand. To actually buy back your time, you're going to have to spend money. That is how you scale. You see, in Stardew Valley at the start of the game, you have these really crappy tools, right? You have this really lousy watering can, you have this really lousy hoe, and it's an absolute chore to start doing all the work because you could only really water, only really prepare 1 tile at a time. As you slowly gain more money, as you kind of save that money up, you had the option of upgrading your tools. But the problem here is that you have to spend your hard-earned money, and often doing so requires to sacrifice stuff. You can't upgrade your farm, you can't grow out your house, so you actually had to push back things to upgrade your tools. But But here's the really cool thing, however. Once you start upgrading your tools, now instead of just getting 1 tile, you can get 3 tiles. And then the next time you do it, you can get 9 tiles. The next time you do it, you can get 12 tiles. While you're doing that, you can continue to scale your farm. So if you're thinking long term, remember lesson number 1, and you're actually using your money wisely, you can actually spend your money to get back more time. So that way, when you're spending the same amount of time to actually do the work the next time, you're gonna get so much more done because you actually spend that initial money to actually gain the right skills, gain the right tools, whatever it is. So think about real life as well. Are you spending your money wisely? Are you using it to get the skills that you need? Say you want to be a writer, are you investing in the tools to help you be a better writer, a better creator? There's endless questions you can ask yourself, but just ask yourself this: every time you're spending money, is it helping you achieve your goals? If the money spent is actually not helping you achieve your goals, well, you should probably second guess it. Ask yourself, is this actually worth spending your money on? Because remember, you have to spend money to actually grow, to scale, and that's how I want you to think when it comes to being financially successful. And here we are at lesson number 3, which is you should be enjoying your journey throughout the whole process. Don't always be so eager to get to the end, get to the destination. So when it comes to financial success, don't always be looking to get rich. In fact, understand that the whole journey right there, that is the game. You should be enjoying the game. Getting to the end doesn't mean you win. Getting to the end simply means you actually die. I know, kind of grim right there. And using Stardew Valley as an example, when I started off the game, it was so exciting. There was so many things to do. Sometimes it was even overwhelming how much I had to do. You had to fish, plant, create relationships with the villagers, and then mine, fight monsters. I mean, there are 1,001 things to do, and it was so overwhelming. But through that process, it was very fun to do it because there was always something to look forward to. There was always something to achieve. However, the problem is, once I got everything right, once my farm was an absolute machine with making money, once I got all the upgrades, all the equipment, all the villagers loved me, well, it wasn't that fun anymore, unfortunately. And I think I can say this for a lot of video games. But essentially, understand that the process of getting there, it should be really enjoyed. All the hard work, all the challenges. If you actually look at it in a different lens, understand that this is a whole giant game that we're playing, and the goal is to have fun. It is not really to reach the end. So that's kind of what I learned from playing Stardew Valley, and how you should be applying it to your own actual life, especially when it comes to financial success. So that's about it for the video. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this new format I'm trying out. I just really love games, and I really love getting more financially educated and making a lot of money. So I'm thinking of just combining my 2 passions into one, and there's plenty more games I want to use with this type of format. So let me know if you guys enjoyed, as well as some recommendations for games that you want to see in the future. Now, if you haven't played Stardew Valley before, I highly recommend you guys check it out. In fact, make sure you guys even play it with someone next to you, your wife, your partner, your friends, whoever it is. It's a lot more fun playing it with a friend, and let me tell you that it is an experience that I hope everyone will actually enjoy. So if you enjoyed the content, don't forget to smash that like button, as well as subscribe to the channel for more. I have plenty more of this type of content coming out, and I really hope you're a gamer, you're someone who's interested in getting more financially educated, and you will find more value in this type of videos. So thank you again for watching, and I cannot wait to see you in the very next one. Take care. Peace.